So let's go ahead and jump on in here. We'll start with some breath and then do a little stretching. That's why I recommend you have a comfortable space. Back to the breath, short meditation, and then we'll play with the voice, working on releasing tension, stretching the range, and just kind of getting some basic vocal fundamentals under our belt. I've been singing really my whole life, but like taking serious lessons for two decades. Yeah, it's been a little over 20 years when I first started seriously studying singing. I've been teaching for about 18. And I still love to come back to the basics because if anything's feeling a little bit off, that's where to go. Get back to the basics, and we can always improve. So step one, breathing. So to breathe, I like to keep my rib cage comfortably expanded. It's good, like you're just standing with confidence. I avoid the word posture because that conjures up intense images or sort of militaristic stiffness for a lot of people, and I don't want to do that. I like alignment, right? The body is in its sort of natural alignment. So ribcage up. As we exhale, we're going to pull the abs in. And then to inhale, quick release. Just let everything go. The inhalation happens all on its own. All right. So here we go. We're going to exhale it out. And then we're going to release it. And the air just kind of rushes in all on its own. And again, exhale it out. And release. And again, exhale out. Keeping that neck free. And release. And one more. Exhale it out. And release. All right, let's get those shoulders going. So if you've been joining us in the last few virtual vocal gyms, we've been doing this kind of lift and tense the shoulders and then releasing them. This time we're just going around the shoulders. We're just going to make little circles with our shoulders. I'm going to start going to the front, and then later we'll reverse that. So I'm going to exhale on a and then release it. The whole time just rolling my shoulders. So it might feel a little bit like one of these kinds of things. We're having the body to work into different parts of the body to work independently. So again, we're just going to shush it out. Good, strong engagement of the abs as we roll our shoulders. Here we go. Let's go ahead and reverse it. And release. And again, you might need to breathe earlier or later than me, so do it at your own pace. Let's do a few of these, reversing the shoulders. All right. We're going to go into, we'll do just one set of breath squats before we do our stretching. So one more little breath squats to help us get that blood flowing, get that breath really moving. So breath squat, we have our feet more than hip width apart. As I squat, I make sure my knees don't go past my toes. They don't go in front of my toes. So my booty has to stick out. I can kind of feel like I'm curling my lower base of my spine to keep my spine nice and long and tall. And I will add some arm movements to it. So we exhale first, we will inhale as we squat, and then we'll exhale on the way up. And we'll just do these one right after the other. So let's start with 10. Here we go, exhale first, and squatting. Nice open mouth. Just relaxed. That's 5. And 10. All right, let's head down to the floor. A little bit of stretching. Feel free to do your own personal favorite stretch, or if you're doing what I'm doing, just do it as far as is comfortable to you, which might be farther than I do it. If you can get down to the ground, that is fantastic. But just keep breathing as you do what you do, especially after those breath squats. Keep the breath going. I like trying to stretch a little farther on each exhalation. Inhale, exhale, stretch. Inhale, let it go, stretch. Inhale, and stretch. You can do that at your own pace. All right, I'm pulling my feet back. If you can reach them, that's a great way to stretch out your calves. And up and over to stretch the side, along my spine and my rib cage, opening up space, relieving tension so our bodies can move freely and energetically without strain. Right? Your body is your instrument. So it can be very helpful to get in touch with your body, give your body some love, let things kind of open, let things loosen. Breathing all the while. You can do some nasal breaths too, those are great. In fact, it's technically better for your vocal folds to do a nasal breath because that warms and moistens the air more than breathing through your mouth. The only thing is, when we're singing a song, we often don't have a lot of time. And unless you've got some really open and clear sinuses, it's going to take a little longer to breathe that way. So when you can, nasal breath. Otherwise, certainly fine to do a more open mouth, relaxed, letting that air come in quickly when you're singing a song. All right, so let's pick it up with some more breath squats. Feet, knees, hips, shoulders, exhale. We'll go to 10. You can do these in a chair, just using your arms. Make this kind of a movement with your arms as you are sitting. It's nearly just as good because we're just training the body to feel like it expands down and out as we inhale. That's the main goal here. And get some water. So even if you're just doing a little breath bop, you may not be doing a full squat, but even a little, right? Just the feeling of like a trap door being opened underneath you. Like surprise breath, right? And your body responds very naturally. All right, let's do 15. Feet, knees, hips, shoulders, exhale. And squatting. Next 5. 10. And 15. Woo, good little breath workout. Let that breath slow down at its own pace. I'm going to get comfortable on the ground. Feel free to sit in a chair, sit on the ground, lay down, or just stand. And we'll just be aware of that breath. So much of learning to sing is just awareness. Checking in with your breath, your abs, your throat, larynx, tongue, lips. Also your mind, becoming aware of your mind. What thoughts are going on in your head? If you have you're a terrible singer running continuously in your mind, that's going to get in the way. That's like a mind tension. So we've done some good work on opening up the body, energizing the body. Now let's open the mind, open the heart. Feel free to repeat each line of the mantra after me. It's a great way to gently warm up your voice by speaking clearly and from as centered of a place as you can manage in the moment. Or just listen. Or go grab a coffee. It's late for coffee, isn't it? I'm not a coffee drinker, so I don't forget these things. Still feel my breath slowing down. Just letting it respond commands, breath squats you were doing. Mind is open. Heart is clear. Body is centered. Heart is open. Body is clear. Mind is centered. Body is open. Mind is clear. Heart is centered. Deep breath. And out. Connect with that breath. Connect with your body. Give it a gentle shake or wiggle. And when you're ready, open your eyes if they were closed. And we're just kind of easing ourselves back into the space. All right. So now we're ready to play with the voice. I'm going to hydrate again. All right. So one of my favorite things to start with when I'm doing a vocal warm-up is to use sighs, vocal sighs. So if you've been doing these vocal gyms, you know exactly what I'm talking about. But if you're new, let me just give you a brief description. So O vowel, kind of breathy and light, open, and oh, up and down, nice and gentle. Might be a little bumpy across the break, that's okay. Think of more air, more open, more lightness. Right, here we go. Exhale it out. Inhale, open. Oh. I should probably step away from the mic as I go up really high like that. And I often like to do ah on the bottom, on the way up and on the way down. One more. There's lots of things we can do with the body to just kind of help this process happen. To really be like the body is working with me, not against me as I try to make these sounds, right? Often people feel tension in the throat or in some part of their body. It feels like it's in the way and they have to kind of push through it or muscle through it. I want to try to avoid that. It's not that singing isn't work. Singing absolutely is work. Singing is like breath squats. Like your heart should be going. You should feel your forehead getting ever so slightly damp. Like singing is work. We want to be working the right things. So right now we're kind of deconstructing everything. We're deconstructing tension. We're releasing tension, letting it go. All right, so there's some sighs. Now let's throw some mums in there. So it's still very much like a sigh. It's a little different vowel. And we have these M's. We're getting a little buzzier now. We're kind of letting more of our voice come into it. It's less hollow. So here we go. And I'm just going to have gently pace. That's what I tend to do when I'm warming myself up so that I don't get locked or rigid. Keeping it loose and free. Here we go. And again. Last time. Buzzy and tingly. Yay, that's a good sign. All right, let's check tongue tension. I've been noticing a little extra tongue tension in me lately. So let's spend some time on that, because that's what I want to do. So I like thumb underneath chin, back by my throat, resting hand on top of chin. And I'm just kind of giving myself gentle little massaging circles there. Obviously, this can be very sensitive for some people. So anything we do, adapt so it feels comfortable for you. Don't hurt yourself. No. Right. So we'll continue with mum, but we'll add specific pitch to it now. Ma 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 ma. I'm definitely giving a good amount of wiggle to massage those muscles and help them relax. So things are going to wibble and wobble a little bit. So just embrace that, allow that to happen. Don't worry about what it sounds like. Focus on what it feels like. You can listen later. Don't listen to yourself right now. All right, feeling the freedom and the weird wibbly wobbly movement. Here we go. Going up. You can stay there if you like. If you're noticing something pressing down against your thumb, that's the root of your tongue. Just try and let it go. Keep massaging it. Feel like when I get really loose. I'm going to go to the base of my throat now, though. So feel free to join me there or stay up at the root of your tongue. Here we go. Let's start here. Sorry, the pitch is going to really bounce around as I'm doing this. My apologies. We're a zombie and higher. All right, so kind of going back and forth between buzz, flow, buzz, flow. So now we're going to go back to some buzz. We're just kind of flowing with that. Back to buzz. And for buzz, let's see. Let's do some me. We're going to work our way down now on me. So I like me because it tends to be a little thinner and buzzier, which is good for low notes. Opposed to being like heavy, it's going to your vocal folds naturally get thicker as we go down lower. So for some people, we might need to encourage a little bit more, but I find for most people, just kind of allowing that me buzz to stay present in a natural sort of way is most helpful for low notes. So instead of going, oh, I'm kind of sitting on it or getting throaty, just falling forward. All right, so we're going to do me. No, I'm going to stop. Say me. Starting on 5. Here we go. Me. So that tongue is nice and lifted, and I'm keeping my jaw open. I'm not using my jaw. I'm not working my jaw. It's not tense. I'm not forcing anything. Here we go. Me, 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 pom, pom. Me, 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 checking for attention. Me, 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 me. All right, let's get some flow in there. Just up and down. And again. Right. So now, vowels. Vowels are very important when we are singing. And so we've been doing a lot of like O's and O's, a little bit of me there at the end. But these are all nice, just kind of open vowels for the throat. So let's try to maintain that open vowel sensation, that open shape in the throat as we do different vowels. So to make those vowels, ni, ne, na, no, nu, it's the tongue and the lips. So the tongue for the first three. Tongue goes way up, ni, middle of my tongue goes way up to my top molars, ni, and then ne, tongue drops a little bit, maybe moves back a little bit, na, let's relax, the tongue is kind of neutral, no, the lips come forward, and nu, the lips round even more. If you're feeling as you're doing especially the and the o, it's a little no, that just means your tongue is too far back, so it needs to be a little more forward. A little more forward with that tongue. If you're getting a little na, then that means we're spreading too much here. Relax those lips. All right, and I'm going to keep my little gentle pinch here between my molars, because that means I don't need to use my jaw, right? We don't need jaw for this. It's just the tip of the tongue for the end, and then the tongue and lips for everything else. So we'll start all in one pitch, nice and legato. Ni, ne, na, no, nu. Very specifically defining each vowel. So we're doing ne, and not no, but no. Just that one single sound. Let's come up a little bit to here. Here we go. Ni, ne, na, no, nu. Low breath. Ni, ne, na, no, nu. Higher. Ni, ne, let's vary that pitch. 1, 3, 5, 3, 1. Ni, ne, na, no, nu, going up. Ni, ne, na, no, nu. Really keep that relaxed, especially as we get to the high note, the ah. Don't try and force anything out. If you feel like you need more of something, try sending more air. More air. Bum, bum. Ni, ne, no, no, nu. This can be a good one. While keeping your spine, the majority of your spine, nice and tall, and chest up. Let your head tilt forward, and do it from here. Just kind of feel how that changes the space. Bum, bum. Ni, ne, no, no, nu, bum, bum. Ni, ne, no, no, nu. Just let it wobble. Ni, ne, no, no, nu. Last one. Ni, ne, no, no, nu. You can also try, if you feel like you, for some kinds of back of the neck tension, some people prefer tilting back action. I use my hands to just kind of support my head. So I don't want to go too far. I don't want to pinch anything. I want to be gentle with our neck and spine. But tilt the back a little bit. We can do it from here. Ni, ne, na, no, nu. You have to watch out for wanting to do ni, ne, na. Most people are just going to go in that direction. Right? Let that go. Allow it to sound funny, right? We have our head in a really weird position for singing. So it is going to sound funny. don't listen to it, just let it feel it. Let's do a couple more like this. Bum bum, ni ne no no nu bum bum, ni ne no no nu. All right, we've done some buzz, we've done some stretch, we've done some sigh, we've done a lot of fun things. If you have any questions, please feel free to enter them into the chat. Let's see. So next, we've done vowels. We're going to do some hunga, hunge, hungi. I think we did this a couple sessions ago. So if you're new, hunga, hunge, hungi. Hung, like hook, cook, book. It's not a, we don't use this sound very often in English. Not not but Take some lip. And then e. Make sure you get that ng in there as well. Hunga. Right, it's definitely going into the nose for that moment. So we're sort of getting our soft palate to work out. As we do the soft palate going up with our tongue, and that blocks. So it's coming down. So then the air can go into the sinuses. The soft palate's a little lower, meeting the tongue. So the air's coming up in the sinuses. Then we go to the vowel. The soft palate naturally springs up. So if you've done choral singing, you've probably heard lift the soft palate. And there's some yes, and I think it's more accurate to say the soft palate lifts while singing. I can listen. You can look in a mirror. You can kind of train yourself to have that soft palate go up and down. But it's not something I want to do, right? I want to be focusing on the character. I want to be expressing emotion. I want to be telling a story. So I kind of just need to train that to go up on its own. Which, a great way to tell if your soft palate is high enough is if you're singing on a vowel, plug your nose. E. Right? You should be able to do all the vowels with your nose plugged. E, o. You can't feel the N in there. The N will put it in your nose. D, da. Excuse me. So you can't quite do it with consonants, but even while you're singing a song, you can plug your nose, knowing that it's going to go into your nose for M's and B's and other things like that. But for all the vowels, for it to not be really pressurizing your nose, but more like it's in your mouth, or you're not like stuck in your throat, but it's like open in your throat, and it's still buzzy. It's not that it shouldn't be buzzy. It's not that you shouldn't feel anything. Some people don't, but most people feel some sort of tingle in their sinuses as they do this. It's a good thing. All right, hunga, hunge, hunge, hungi, and we're coming down. Hunga, hunge, hungi, bum bum. Hunga, hunge, hungi, bum bum. Hunga, hunge, hungi, low breath. Hunga, hunge, hungi, maybe a little breath, ba, bum. Hunga, hunge, hungi. Now we're going to add an octave swing at the end of it. So it'll be hungi. Sliding up, sliding down. I do all kinds of crazy motions to make sure I'm staying free, even as my vocal folds are having to stretch, change shape for that octave. I don't want anything else getting in the way of that process. So mimic what I'm doing, or do your own favorite thing to keep your body and your voice free. So with the octave swing at the end, we'll start here. Hunga, hunge, hungi, bum bum. Hunga, hunge, hungi, bum bum. Hunga, hunge, hungi, bum bum. Hunga, hunge, hungi. Coming up. Hunga, hunge, hungi, bum bum. Hunga, hunge, hungi. get higher, it can be helpful to kind of modify the shape of the vowel a little bit to be kind of like that So we avoid that lifting and that narrowing. Like we're kind of moving towards that shape, even as we stay on E. So let's pick it up a bit. Honga, honge, hongi, bum, bum. Honga, honge, hongi. Last one. Honga, honge, hongi. All right. Your voice is juicy. So please enter any questions if you have them. So that wraps things up for today. I recommend you put on a song that you like to sing to, and now use your freshly warmed up voice and sing something. Have some fun with it. So I love you, and I love your voice, and I hope you love you, and that you love your voice, and that you have so much fun with your singing. And I hope to, while I will not see you, I hope you will join me again. Next virtual vocal gym is coming Thursday in a couple days at 7:30, same time as tonight. This was free, of course, but if you feel like it, I certainly accept monetary gifts. You can find me on Venmo, PayPal, and Patreon. You can also, if you want some personalized implementation of all these fun exercises for you and your specific needs, go to jenrosa.com and you can get some private voice lessons. So that's it for today. Have fun singing. Catch you next time.